Hi, this is the Honest Poppy and welcome to the Beginners Pilates Mat Work Session 3. Welcome back if you are joining me after watching Session 1 and 2. I hope you enjoyed those. Today we're going to be including 4 new exercises: obliques, shoulder bridge, side bend prep and swimming prep. But we're also going to include a few of the exercises from the previous videos at a little bit of a faster pace. If you haven't done the previous sessions, please take a look at those first so that you're up to speed with some of the older exercises. And for those of you joining us for the third time, let's get started. Enjoy. Starting with the warm-up, we are going to start with breathing. Now, as usual, if you usually sit on a block or a cushion or a rolled up towel for this one, please pop that in place now. Otherwise, you can be seated directly on your mat if you feel comfortable getting into a neutral spine. To start with, you're going to breathe in to prepare and then out as you roll forwards from your neck all the way down your spine into a flexed position over your legs. Relax your shoulders and your neck and just take this time to focus on your breathing, and we're directing that breath into the sides of the rib cage to start with. So expand your ribs as you breathe in and then draw them away from the walls as you breathe out. 2 more breaths. And on your final breath, breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll yourself back up to neutral. We're going to go down one more time, in to prepare, out as you roll forwards. This time directing your breath into the back of your rib cage. 2 more breaths. And on your final breath, breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll yourself back up to neutral. Lying down on your back for pelvic floor and transversus activations. You're going to be in a neutral spine and a neutral pelvis with your feet on the mat and your knees slightly bent. You're going to breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're going to contract your pelvic floor. As you breathe in, relax. As you breathe out, contract. As you breathe in, relax. Remember, with the pelvic floor contractions, they're very light contractions. They're not strong 100% Kegel contractions. You're just doing that very light activation and relaxation on the inhale. So keep going for 2 more. And last one. Now we're going to move on to transversus. So that's that core abdominal muscle that sits like a corset all around your waist. You're going to find transversus just in from these hip bones, that same muscle that you will feel if you laugh or cough or sneeze. So you're going to breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, contracting transversus. As you breathe in, relax. As you breathe out, contract. As you breathe in, relax. 2 more. And last one. Next, we're going to move into imprint and release. So remember, imprinting is moving your pelvis into a posterior, a backwards tilt, pulling with the abdominals, the hip bones towards the rib cage, and then you're going to release back to neutral as you breathe in. So going into an imprint on your exhale, pulling those hip bones towards your rib cage, and then releasing as you breathe in. Remember not to use your feet or clench into your glutes for this one. You want to just be using the abdominals to stabilize your lower back. Breathing out as you imprint, and in as you release. Out as you imprint, and in as you release. 2 more. And release. And last one. Hold your imprint now. I want you to keep breathing as you hold on to that imprint. Be conscious of how your feet feel on the mat. We're going to bring one leg up to tabletop on your inhale, bringing that leg up. And then on your exhale, lower it back down, holding onto your imprint. Now the other leg, in as you lift, and out as you lower. Hold your imprint. In as you lift, out as you lower. Last one of these, in as you lift, and out as you lower. Keep holding your imprint. Double lift now. One leg up, followed by the other. and then one leg down, followed by the other. You're breathing in for a long inhale as you lift one at a time, and out for a long exhale as you lower one at a time. Breathing in and out. Still holding that imprint. Last one, in and out as you lower, and then release your imprint so you're back to a neutral pelvis again. Staying in that neutral pelvis now for hip release. We're mobilizing the hip joint, keeping the pelvis stabilized using those core muscles. You're going to breathe in to prepare, out as you take your knee out to the side, slide your foot away, roll in and bring it back. Slide it away on the exhale, bring it back on the inhale. 2 more in this direction. You're keeping your other leg straight, keeping your pelvis level. And let's change direction now, breathing out as your leg moves away, in as you bring it back. And 2, and 1, then over to the other leg. First taking your knee out, slide away, roll in and bring it back for 3, and 2, and 1, then change direction, going straight first, roll out, bend and up to center for 3, and 2, and 1, and back to neutral. Okay, tuck your feet back. We're going to go into hip rolls now. So you're starting in neutral. You're going to breathe in to prepare, and then out as you tip your pelvis back, roll yourself up off the mat, finishing in neutral but with your rib cage flat on your tummy. Don't pop your ribs here. Breathe in to stay, and then out as you roll down, bringing your ribs down first, curling through your lower back, through your pelvic tilt, back to neutral. In to prepare, out as you roll up. In to stay, and out as you roll down. 2 more, in to prepare, and out as you roll up. In to stay, and out as you roll down. And last one, in to prepare, out as you roll up. Remember, keep your knees in the midline, don't let your legs open up. In to stay, and out as you roll back down again, and back to neutral. Okay, lie on your side for spinal rotation now. So if you have a block, use a block for this. Otherwise, just use a cushion or a rolled up towel, just something underneath your head so that your head isn't down on the mat, which is pretty uncomfortable. So you're gonna lie on your side. Make sure you're lying on your shoulder, you're not on your rib cage here. So on your arm, bring your hips and knees up to 90 degrees. Place your head on whatever you are using to support and reach your arms out in front. Okay, you should have a neutral spine, neutral horizontal, lifting your tummy and your rib cage away from the mat. You're going to breathe in as you reach up to the ceiling, looking at your hand. Breathe out as you rotate your rib cage round and your shoulders just come with you. Keep your lower back and your pelvis neutral. They shouldn't have moved. Breathe in to stay and out to stay. In to stay. And then out as you pull yourself back round. Create some resistance. Use those obliques as you come round. In as you reach up again. Out as you rotate. In to stay. Expand into your ribs. And out to stay. In to stay. And out as you pull yourself back round. One more on this side. In as you reach up. And out as you rotate. In to stay. Out to stay. In to stay, and out as you pull yourself back round to that neutral start position. Okay, flip over onto the other side. Okay, once again, make sure that you're in neutral, that your tummy and rib cage are active and you're holding yourself away from the mat. Hips and knees are 90 degrees. Reach your arms out in front, and you're going to breathe in as you reach up to the ceiling. Breathe out as you rotate your rib cage round. Breathe in to stay, out to stay, in to stay, and out as you twist yourself back round. In as you reach up, out as you rotate. In to stay, out to stay, in to stay, out as you come back round. One more on this side. In as you reach up, and out as you rotate. In to stay, out to stay, in to stay, and out as you pull yourself back round and back to neutral. Going on to all fours for cat stretch now. So making sure you start in a neutral position, your hands are directly below your shoulders and your knees are directly below your hips, your back is flat, and you're going to breathe in to prepare, out as you tuck in and round your spine, drawing your back up to the ceiling. Breathe in to stay, and then out as you move into extension, keeping those abs active, keeping your shoulders active. Pull them away from your ears and push yourself away from the mat. In to stay, out as you tuck in and round your spine, moving from your pelvis all the way up to your head. In to stay and out as you extend. Last set, in to stay, out as you tuck in and round your spine. And breathe in to stay, out as you extend. And then bring yourself back to neutral. Staying in this position, we're going to do protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So you're going to be breathing in as you lower your chest towards the mat and out as you push away. Keep your spine in neutral. Don't dip into extension when you do this one, and keep your shoulders away from your ears. So it's just that little bit of a glide of your shoulder blades towards your spine and away from your spine, keeping your elbows straight and keeping your head with your body as you move up and down. Breathing in and out. Two more. In and out. Last one. In and out. And then find your neutral position again. Okay, finally we're going to move onto the mat again for arm circles. So lying on your back, keeping your rib cage flat on your tummy, keeping everything nice and stabilized. We're just moving the arms here, so reach your arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. You're going to breathe in to prepare, and then out as you take your arms overhead and around to your hips. Breathe in as they come up through the center again. Out as you go over and around, stretching your arms away from your body, keeping everything else nice and still. Last one in this direction. And then when you get to your hips, you're going to stop and breathe in. As you breathe out, circle the other way. Breathing in as your arms come through the middle again. Out as you circle round and up the back. Two more. And last one, all the way around. And then bring your arms down to rest at your sides on the mat with your palms facing down for elevation and depression of the shoulder blades. So you're going to breathe in as you bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Out as you stretch your hands away. In and out for 3, 2, and 1. And then relax your shoulders, and we're going to finish off our warm-up with the head nod, which is that lengthening of the back of your neck. So you're going to be looking up at the ceiling for your neutral position. You're going to take your gaze down towards your knees. So looking at your knees, small tilt of the head, lengthening the back of your neck, and then release and look back up at the ceiling. Keep your head on the mat for this one. You're going to breathe in as you nod, out as you release. In as you nod, out as you release. 2 more. In and out, and last one, in and out. And that is the end of our warm-up. Let's get into our workout. Okay, we're going to start with ab prep and breaststroke prep. So these are the flexion and extension exercises of the thoracic spine. So for ab prep, you're going to lie on your back in a neutral spine, neutral pelvis. We're just going to be using the upper abdominals to pull the rib cage down towards your tummy, flexing your thoracic spine. So you're going to breathe in with a head nod, breathe out as you come up into your ab prep, pulling your rib cage down towards your tummy, keeping your pelvis in neutral, hovering your arms in line with your shoulders, and keeping your eyes on your knees. Breathe in to stay, and then out as you bring yourself back down to the mat. In to prepare with a head nod, out as you come up, in to stay, and out as you come down. 2 more of these. In to prepare, out as you come up, in to stay, and out as you come down. Last one, in to prepare, and out as you come up, in to stay, and out as you come back down. Okay, flip onto your front for breaststroke prep. You're going to have your arms in a W shape, hands in line with your ears, and you're going to keep your lower back stabilized with your abdominals, just extending your thoracic spine. So you're going to breathe in with a reverse head nod. Remember, that's where you're pretending you're rolling a pen away with your nose, As you breathe out, extending around your thoracic spine, just around the lower shoulder blades. Breathe in to stay, and out as you come back down again. In to prepare with a reverse head nod. Out as you extend. In to stay, and out as you come down. Final one, in to prepare, reverse head nod. Out as you come up. In to stay, and out as you come down. We're going to move into the next version of breaststroke prep now, where you're hovering your arms at your sides. Just like ab prep, the arms are going to hover just in line with your shoulders. So don't overwork your shoulders and retract when you do this one. Okay, you've taken your support away, so it's requiring a little bit more strength from those back extensor muscles. You're going to breathe in with a reverse head nod. Breathe out as you extend, hovering your arms up with you. Now, don't be tempted to move into your lower back when you do this exercise. Don't come up to here. It's not swan dive. It's just breaststroke prep. So it's still just the thoracic spine and then coming down again. In to prepare, reverse head nod. Out as you extend. In to stay. And out as you come down. Last one of these. In to prepare. And out as you come up. In to stay. And out as you come back down again, and then coming back into a shell stretch. Okay, moving on to the 100. We're going to add the next version of the 100 onto this. So if you feel like you're ready to move a little bit further with your 100, you can add this onto it. Previously, we've done tabletop and taking the legs onto the diagonal. Now we're going to start to lower the legs a little bit. Okay, now if you find this too challenging, stick with the version that you were doing before from the previous video. Or if you find that only halfway through you're starting to get tired, then come back to your previous version, but give it a go if you feel like you want to take things a step further. Okay, so for your 100, we're going into an imprint because both legs are up in the air. You're going to bring your legs up into tabletop, okay? And then we're going to bring in the ab prep as well, and we're going to be pulsing the arms at your sides. Remember, you're pulsing from your shoulder, not from your elbow and not from your wrist. Okay, if you're taking the legs long on the diagonal, I want you to make sure that you keep your knees straight and stretch your legs away as much as possible all the way through, and keep those abs working as well. Okay, so you're going to breathe in with a head nod, breathe out as you come up. So you're either keeping your legs on quite a high diagonal, which we did previously, or you're keeping them in tabletop if that's too much for you. But if you'd like to challenge yourself, we're going to lower the legs just a little bit on the exhale and then bring them back on the inhale, okay, all the way through. So here we go, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 20 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 30 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 40 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 50 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 60 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 70 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 80 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 90 in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Come back to tabletop. Bring your head down, bring your legs down one at a time, and then release your imprint. Whew, and that always makes me a little bit breathless when I'm talking all the way through. Okay. Whew. And then moving on to spine twist. So for spine twist, we've done this one before. This is about spinal rotation around the lower thoracic spine, so at the bottom of your rib cage. Okay, you need to be keeping everything below nice and still, and everything above is moving with the rib cage, not independently. So you're going to be sitting up in neutral. If you're uncomfortable sitting with your legs crossed, you can have them in front of you, or you can sit with your knees bent like this, or sit yourself up on a block or a cushion, whatever is best for you to be in a neutral spine so that we can really focus on that rotation. Take your arms out on a slight diagonal so they're not directly out to the side, slightly forward. Keep your shoulders stabilized, bringing them low away from your ears, and keep your hands in line with your shoulders. You're going to breathe in to prepare, and out as you go round, and squeeze a bit further, and squeeze a bit further, and then release back to center on your inhale, going out, 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 and in. Round, squeeze, squeeze, breathe in. Round, 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 and center. 2 more, going around, squeeze, squeeze, and center. Last one, round, squeeze, squeeze, and back to center, and bring your arms down to your sides. Okay, we're gonna move into single leg stretch next. Single leg stretch we also did in the previous one, and it's gonna introduce us to the first new exercise of the session today. So for single leg stretch, you're lying on your back, you're gonna be imprinted because your legs are gonna be up, and you're lengthening one leg and bending one, and then switching them around as you go through. You're also up in an ab prep position, so we're engaging all the abs in this exercise. So you're gonna go into an imprint, up into tabletop, up into ab prep, and this is your start position for single leg stretch. You're gonna breathe in to prepare, and out as you stretch one leg away, in and out as you switch. So in and out as you switch, in and out as you switch. If you want to do the hand choreography, your inside hand is inside the knee, the outside hand reaches to the foot. So it's going to be a switch and switch. Remember, only take your leg as low as you can maintain your stability in your imprint. So don't bring your leg low if that means you're going to be wobbling around. Okay, just decide what's best for you. For 4, 3, 2, 1, then come back to tabletop, bring your head down to the mat, bring your legs down one at a time, and then release your imprint. The next exercise is the new one that I was speaking about, and this is called obliques. So it just follows on from single leg stretch, where we start to involve the obliques in rotation whilst we're doing single leg stretch, okay? So let me demonstrate for you, and then I'll show you what you need to do. You're gonna be imprinted, up in tabletop, up in your ab prep position, but your hands are gonna go behind your head now, okay? Your elbows are gonna stay wide. You're gonna breathe in to prepare, out as you rotate round towards the leg that's bent, and then the other side, and round the other way. So you're rotating your rib cage round, thinking about taking your rib to your opposite hip, while you're still stretching one leg away, lengthening it, going round and round, round, and round, and then come back to center and come down. So the things I want you to remember with that exercise, it's not like some of these workouts that you see where you're pulling your elbow to your knee. If you do that, what you're doing is you're actually pulling around from your shoulder rather than from your rib cage, which takes away from the obliques if you're just pulling on the shoulder. It also keeps your lever bigger if your elbows stay wide, which makes it tougher. Also, be careful you don't pull your neck forward like this, because that's just not going to be good for you. You want to be using your fingertips, pressing them into your scalp, so it just takes a bit of the pressure off your neck and supports your head a little bit, whilst keeping your neck in a good position as you go around, okay? So you're thinking rib to opposite hip, then rib to opposite hip. Also, try and keep your imprint and your pelvis still as you're rotating around, so you're not wobbling all over the place. Okay, so let's give it a go. You're gonna go into an imprint, come up into tabletop, up into ab prep, hands behind your head, and you're gonna rotate round towards the knee that's bent, and then switch and rotate round the other way. Switch and rotate, switch and rotate, and you're breathing out, 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 out. 2 more, out and out, back to center, tabletop. Bring your head down first, legs down one at a time, and then release your imprint. And that is called obliques. Next, we're gonna move into another new one called shoulder bridge. Now, shoulder bridge is similar to hip rolls that we do in the warm-up, except we're not rolling through the pelvis this time. We're keeping the pelvis neutral, and we're working into the hip extensors for this exercise. So you're going to be in a neutral spine and a neutral pelvis. You're going to tuck your feet a little bit closer towards your bottom, but make sure your pelvis is neutral here. So we're not tipping back, we're not pushing with the legs. I want you to engage your abs, keep your rib cage flat, and keep this still as you push up from your hips. Okay, so all the work is coming from the hamstrings and the glutes here to extend your hip. And then when you come down, don't roll through your pelvis. Keep this all stabilized. Think about bending at the top of your legs, at the hip joint here. So this all just stays neutral all the way through as you move up and down. Okay, so you're gonna breathe in to prepare, out as you push up, Keep the ribs down, so don't extend your back here. Keep that nice and level. Breathe in to stay, and then out as you come down, focusing on thinking about bringing your coccyx, so the tailbone, down to the mat first before your lower back comes down, and that will help you keep that pelvic tilt in neutral. Breathe in to prepare, out as you push up, in to stay, and out as you come down. I also want you to think about keeping your knees in the midline, so be very careful that they don't start opening up, particularly when you come up. Okay, this is very common because these muscle groups tend to be tighter and stronger than the inner thighs. Okay, so focus on keeping your knees in neutral. If you struggle to do that, place something between your knees and just hold on to it, and we'll keep the legs in the midline. Okay, so breathing in to prepare, out as you push up. Squeeze into glutes and hamstrings, create some resistance, and then coming down. We're going to go into a 2-breath pattern now. So that means you're going to breathe out as you push up, and straight away in as you come down. Out as you push up, and in as you come down. 4 more, up and down. 3, up and down. 2, up and down. Last one, up and down. And that is your basic shoulder bridge prep. After this, we're going to start to introduce leg lifts and asymmetry, so you're having to work on your stability a bit more. And there are lots of variations that I like to work into this exercise, so you can look forward to those in future. But for now, that is the basic shoulder bridge prep exercise. We're going to move on to side leg lift series next. Now this one we've done a few times. It's been in the previous videos, so it's nothing new. You're going to lie on your side with whatever you had to support your head, so either a block or a rolled up towel or a cushion or your arm. Just make sure that your head isn't all sideways on the mat. It's not good for your neck. Okay, so you're going to line yourself up in a straight line. Make sure that your feet are in line with your legs and your legs are in line with your body. And also make sure that your tummy and your rib cage are up and away from the mat. You're not lying down like that. You need to keep your pelvis in neutral. We're going to do the side leg lift series, which consists of 5 exercises. So starting with lift and lower, lift and lower. Think about stretching your leg away and softly putting it down. Stretch and softly down, keeping this all on and active so that your pelvis stays still and it's just your hip joint moving for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep it hovering there for little circles, moving from the hip, not the ankle. And we're going to go round, 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 round. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it hovering there. Bring the bottom leg up to join it, but don't tip your pelvis when you do this. It's just the hips moving, so keep it small and then bring them down together. It's the staggered lift. You're breathing in, and out as you lower. In, out as you lower. 2 more. In, out as you lower. In, and out as you lower. Now the double lift. You're going to lift them at the same time, but once again, just the hip joint moving, not the pelvis. So keep that gap underneath here. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 2, and 1, and down. Now take your arm out above your head, so move whatever you had under your head out the way. Your palm is facing down so that you can use your arm to help you a little bit. You're going to breathe in to prepare and out as you come up with your body and your legs. Now, if you need help to balance, you can have your hand in front, but just use your fingertips. Don't push with your arm. If you're able to balance, you can reach towards your feet with this arm. And if you feel really balanced, you can bring that arm up, reaching to the ceiling and keeping yourself up there, and then coming down. And then we're going to flip over onto the other side. Okay, so we're on this side now. Check that your legs are in line. Make sure that your abs are working and your core is active to keep you in that neutral position. We're starting with the lift and lower. We're going to go up and down. Again, don't lift so high that your pelvis moves. This is not an aerobics class, it's Pilates. So we're going to stretch away and softly down. Lift and lower. 6 and lower. 5 and lower. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it there, little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it hovering there. Bring the bottom leg up and bring them down together. We're going up, up, and down. Up, up, and down. Up, up, and down. 2 more. Don't move your pelvis, so keep it small. Last one, and down. Now together, lift, just stretching your legs away. Think about your bottom leg pushing your top leg away, and think about your top leg lengthening longer than the bottom leg. Stretch, and down, and down. 2 more, and down. Last one, and down. Then take your block or your cushion or your towel out. Reach your arm above your head with your hand facing down. Breathe in to prepare, and out as you come up with your legs and your body, either reaching to the ceiling, reaching to your feet, or helping with your balance in front. Squeeze your legs, reach away, and coming down, and that's your side leg lift series. We're going to move on to the next 2 exercises, which are both new exercises, starting with swimming prep, followed by side bend prep. For swimming prep, you are going to be on all fours, so hands and knees, and you're going to be in a neutral position. Now, for swimming prep, again, this isn't always cued by all instructors, but for me, I find it quite important to focus on keeping the body in neutral and stable. So when you stretch your opposite arm and leg away when you're doing this exercise, I don't want you to think about lifting your leg, because the higher you lift it, the more likely you are to tilt your pelvis, and then you're going to extend your back, which is not the essence of this exercise. The essence of this exercise is maintaining stability while you take away 2 of your stabilizing points, and you're still having to balance on 2 points then rather than 4. Okay, and then you're lengthening your leg and your arm away. So think about stretching them long rather than lifting them up. Okay, so you're going to breathe in to prepare, out as you stretch your opposite arm and leg away. Don't think about lifting them too high, just think about reaching them away from you. It doesn't matter if your foot is just off the mat behind you. Don't worry about that. You're still taking that leg off the mat, which is the key to maintaining that stability, and you're keeping your back in neutral, keeping your core switched on. Imagine you've got a big tray on your back full of glasses of water. You don't want to spill them, you don't want to tilt, you don't want them to wobble, so you're going to stay really still and then come back down to the mat on your inhale. Now the other side, reach away and hold, and coming down on your inhale. On your exhale, other side. So you're going to keep alternating, which means your body has to keep restabilizing. Reach away and coming down. 3 more. And coming down. 2. And coming down. Last one now, you're going to reach away and you're going to hold that position and keep breathing. While we're in this position, I want you to focus on transversus and your pelvic floor. So we're going to do a little bit of core activation while you're in this posture. It's really good to learn to activate your core in different postures so that it starts to work throughout your daily life as well, not just when you're lying on your back and relaxed. So keep breathing through every exhale, contract transversus and the pelvic floor. On your inhale, release them slightly. On your exhale, contract and then release. And come back down to the mat, other side, reach away and hold, focusing on your balance as well, of course, and contract on the exhale, transversus and pelvic floor, and release. You can also focus into the shoulder of the arm that you're leaning on, push away from the mat, activate that shoulder. 2 more breaths, and last one, and then come back down to the mat. If you'd like to stretch out your shoulders, you can just come back onto your heels, stretching your arms away before we go into side bend prep. Okay, side bend prep, as it says, is a prep exercise for a slightly different version, but we always start with this one because it takes quite a lot of shoulder stability and strength and coordination as well. So the prep exercise, you're going to start like this. So the best way to find your correct position is be on your side, right on your hip, okay? Bend your bottom leg and then bend your top leg. So the top leg foot is in front of the bottom leg, okay? Now, because you're gonna be leaning on your knee, you want to have your hand quite far forward, not too far back, okay? So if you think of it, you've got your knee and your hand in line, and you've got your feet and your hip in line, okay? This is what side bend prep looks like. I will show you first, and then I'll talk you through it, okay? You're gonna come forward onto your knee, and then come up and over your arm, and then you're gonna come back down to the mat to where you started. So what you're doing is you're taking your weight onto your knee and onto your arm. So that's why they need to be in line with each other so that you stay in a nice neutral and you're not too rotated. Okay, so you're gonna breathe in to prepare, out as you come forward onto that knee, and then I want you to make sure that you come over your arm, okay? So your arm should be vertical. You're gonna bend your body, so rounding your side, reach that arm overhead, and you're gonna push your hips forward, making your glutes work as well. Okay, if your hand is not in the correct position, you're gonna struggle to get directly over it, so just adjust it on the next one. And then you're gonna come back down to the mat to where you started. So if your hand is too far away, you'll end up in a bit of a side plank. You won't be able to get over it. If it's too close, you're also gonna feel a bit awkward and your wrist is gonna hurt. So you just need to adjust as you go along, try out different positions, and once you get to know this exercise, you will know exactly where you need to be in your start position. We're gonna do 2 more, in to prepare, out as you go up and over your arm, pushing your hips forward, bending your body, and push away from the mat with this arm to switch your shoulder on, and then coming down, and 1 more on this side, in to prepare, out as you go up and over, and then in as you come down again. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. So again, the best way to find your start position, have your legs like that, you're on your side, on your hip, bend your bottom leg, bend your top leg, okay, and make sure you're on your side, don't sit back on your bottom, otherwise you're gonna be rotated for this one, okay? Make sure your hand is in a good position, in line with your knee, more or less, okay? And you're gonna breathe in to prepare, out as you go onto your knee, and then shift yourself over that arm, bending your body, pushing your hips forward, squeeze into your glutes, and coming back down again. 2 more, up and over, and coming down, and last one, up and over, and coming back down to your start position. And that is called side bend prep. Well done, you have completed session 3 of the Beginners Pilates mat work. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you have any questions or comments, please put them below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to The Honest Poppy for more videos like these and to continue with the Beginners series. See you soon.